Coming up on MHS1,
we see young poets express their thoughts.
we hear the music of a McKinney High prodigy.
And we highlight an MHS team that's been to playoffs every year for the past decade.
And that's all coming up on MHS1.
Good morning, McKinney High School. Today is Friday, March 18th. I'm Mary Catherine Chaparro.
And I'm Jonah Ott, and you're watching MHS1.
A junior here at MHS has started Give Often, a charity to help kids in need in the Philippines. They recently had a fundraiser to support their cause. Here's Nick Limbo and Jonah Ott with more on the story.
On Wednesday, February 24th, there was a Zumba night for charity here at MHS.
Give Often is something that me and my family and my friends started early this year because we wanted to do something to give back because I'm going to the Philippines this summer, just staying the whole summer, and while I was there I wanted to make a difference for the kids in the Philippines, so we started Give Often to raise money for the kids.
Give Often buys school supplies and other necessary items for underprivileged kids.
I decided to come here tonight and lead the Zumba class because I love Zumba. It's a passion of mine, being able to dance and get a fitness workout at the same time. And Therese Kamaligan, in charge of her charity, is one of my students, and so I really wanted to lead and help her cause.
Many students came out for the event.
Lots of Marquettes, lots of choir students, and a lot of other students that I didn't know, and I was really impressed that students, came back to school and did this, and I hope they had fun doing it too.
I think it was wonderful for a first-time turnout. We tried this actually a couple years ago when I was the only Zumba teacher here at the school, and it was maybe only 10 to 20, and so now we had, about 100 or more, so hopefully we'll do it again and have double.
There are even more ways to donate to this charity.
We have a website, giveoften.weebly.com, and there's links to donate, our Facebook page, our Twitter. Honestly, you could just stop me in the middle of the hall and I'll talk to you whenever. It's fine.
This has been Jonah Ott and Nick Limbo reporting for MHS1.
Hey Jonah, have you ever been interested in theater?
Not personally, but a senior has written his own play. Here's Devin Field and Chesley Villarreal with more.
Senior Andrew Smith has been spotlighted for his determination in writing and directing his own play. He describes the unique storyline.
About this man named James who lives in seclusion and isolation, but he doesn't really think he does. He thinks he leads a normal life, but everything around him kind of swirls around him. He doesn't really think that anything is wrong. But then the police barge into his house one day and arrest him. And he gets pulled into the police department and he has no idea why. And at the end, he has to deal with all his internal demons and his evil spirits that have been kind of haunting his mind, but he's been trying to push away for so long.
This isn't the only time Andrew has ever considered directing a play.
I had already started a script sort of last year for the last Senior Direct Fair, but I'd never finished it. So I took that old script and completely rewrote it, and it turned into the new one that I'm working on right now.
Andrew believes that details in his play make his different from any other.
I think it's going to be really kind of thought-provoking because some scenes occur in a time that's more in the past instead of the present day, and then the kind of climax of the play is that the main character James figures out that he's been thinking he's been living 14 years prior to when the play actually takes place, so it's a little bit strange that way. What makes it different is the flashback and flash forward aspect that I wrote into it. So he's having these flashbacks to what could have possibly led him to be arrested. So it keeps going back to different things that he's done, and he's constantly being kind of mentally aggravated and kind of self-tortured.
Annette performs the character known as Mom.
I'd never done an original piece before, so the first time people will see the play, it'll be me as this character, and that's really cool.
Miss Lawrence, Andrew's theater teacher, sees something special in him.
Well, what I love about Andrew is that he's just not plagued by insecurities the way a lot of high schoolers can be. He has a lot of confidence in himself, and I think he really truly believes that he can do anything, and it's true. He's very talented. If you challenge him with a task, he doesn't doubt himself, and he doesn't take time to worry about whether he can do it or not. He really thinks he can, and he goes for it, and that's how his talent just shines through.
This has been Devin Field and Chelsea Villarreal reporting for MHS1.
Several students here at McKinney High School are particularly talented in the fine arts. Here's Amy Wynn with a look at these students at the Festival of Ideas.
Saturday, February 20th, students traveled to downtown Dallas to attend the Festival of Ideas at the Women's Museum. 3 students got to recite their poetry at the Diverse Lounge.
I find myself getting lost in the beautiful sound.
Hold me close so I can make the most out of us.
You were my world, but now I float in space.
They race off the walls, clang through my eyes, and shout out from my lips as their poison drips.
Because I never had a father to wipe these tears with tissues, and baby, you guessed it, I got daddy issues.
And I wonder if I have finally created a perpetual motion using my sorrow as kinetic energy to fuel the fire that's in my chest.
I imagine myself holding the hands as it spins around minute after minute, hour after hour, and second after second.
Honey, I want you to know that I carry my heart like photographic memories that's in a chest underneath the basement in the shag rug.
It's cold out here, and I'm wondering, why are you so far away now?
Voice has power, speak my truth and share my life, let rain. Voice, V-O-I-C-E, power, P-O-W-E-R, speech, S-P-E-A-K, truth, T-R-U-T-A, light, L-I-G-H-T, and I'm gonna let it shine. Question, who has the power? I have the power. How will you use it? I will use it well. Who has the power? I have the power. How will you use it? I will use it well. Say there's power in the spoken word. There's power in the spoken word. Say, I have a right to be heard. Come on. I have a right to be heard. Say, there's power in the spoken word. There's power in the spoken word. Say, I have a right to be heard. I have a right to be heard.
This has been Amy Huynh reporting for MHS1.
The Lionettes softball team recently beat Sherman with a final score of 9-8. They will be heading across town to face off McKinney North this Friday. The game starts at 7. Now here's Amy Huynh and Mary Catherine Shapiro with an inside look at the MHS soccer player named Trevorson. After being adopted by Robert and Sandy Spangler, Trevorson moved from Zambia to the United States and now plays varsity soccer for MHS.
My favorite part about playing soccer is having fun with my friends and getting to know my friends. It's super fun celebrating. My friends come and hug me. My favorite part I make is my new family and the school, my friends. It was going to be like the movies we watch in Zambia.
Coach Shelton has enjoyed coaching and getting to know Trevorson.
He was a really shy kid, but he had a really contagious smile. I loved how they welcomed him. I appreciate the fact that McKinney High, we're a very diverse school, and that we have kids from all backgrounds, and I think it's only going to make players from this area more appreciative of the things that they have and where they come from, and a better understanding of the world around them, all because of kids like Trevorson and his ability to come in and his infectious smile and goofball attitude. I think it's a positive thing for our team and our program going forward.
This has been Amy Huynh and Mary Catherine Shapiro reporting for MHS1. Brittany Bruce recently scored a hole-in-one. Here's Marissa Torioni and Nick Limbo with more.
In the district preview tournament at Waters Creek, girls golf team member Brittany Bruce made a hole-in-one on hole 11.
I guess whenever I made the hole-in-one, I was excited. I was actually really surprised, but excited. In the last tournament is actually whenever I got the hole-in-one, and so I played pretty well and I shot well.
This is a great accomplishment for an already close and talented team.
We all get along really well, and we're hoping this year to make it through districts and regionals to get to state.
Our team is awesome. We get along really well and we just like to have fun, but we also love to play golf.
I mean, they're ranked number 6 in the state right now. A couple of the girls are ranked in the top 20, which is a big accomplishment for a 5A school. So I'm really excited about the opportunity we have and the places that I know we have the ability to get to.
Brittany Bruce, along with the rest of her team, are confident for the future.
I'm real confident. Our team, they really practice a lot, and they do a lot of the extras that it takes. I mean, we can only have them for a certain amount of time according to UIL rules, but they put in a lot of extra time on their own, and I think that's paying off in the time that they put in.
We've been playing pretty well, and we should be district champs this year, so that's our goal and motivation.
This has been Marissa Troiani and Nick Limbo reporting for MHS1.
The Lion and Lionette soccer teams both came out victorious against Lovejoy this past Tuesday. They're both advancing to playoffs. Here's Johnny Miller and Chelsea Villarreal with a look at their past season and their upcoming postseason.
The Lionette soccer team is heading to playoffs with a record of 13 wins, 3 losses, and 7 ties. The players and coaches are hopeful after a season of strong gameplay.
The season is going very well for us. It looks like we're going to make the playoffs, and this is going to be our 9th consecutive year that we made playoffs. So it's a great honor for us to keep a winning tradition.
After a loss in the first round of last year's playoffs, the Lionettes want to prove themselves this year.
It's going pretty well. We've lost only 2 in PKs to Wiley East, who won state last year, and then to Prosper at home. So it was a rough 2 games, but we're hoping to go to state. We should have gone farther than we did last year, and we're hoping to go way farther and hopefully win state.
The players feel that a key piece of success is support from fans.
We're going to win state, so you guys should come out and support every Tuesday and Friday because it's pretty good.
The girls will be playing Centennial Titans at 7:30 on March 25th. This has been Chelsea Villarreal and Johnny Miller reporting for MHS1.
Powerlifter Alyssa Spence is heading to state this weekend in Corpus Christi. Congratulations, Alyssa. It's already March, but can you feel the madness? Here's Andrew Judd and Kyle McKelvey with some insight into some staff members' brackets.
Sure. I'm talking to you.
Ready? Okay, go.
Xavier's isn't that a school for gifted youngsters?
I have Michigan State winning it all in my bracket.
I have Michigan State winning the entire tournament.
I don't know about Mr. Christian. He's a much better basketball player than I am, but that's about it. I don't think he even watches basketball.
He's pretty smart, but I'm sure the rest of his bracket is terrible. He probably has Wisconsin somewhere past the second round, which is ridiculous.
He's young. He doesn't know anything about basketball. I don't care if he played it. Playing and picking are 2 different things. I may have been a terrible player, but by gosh, I can pick them like the best of them.
To the loser should be shamed in front of the entire school, and the winner obviously needs to be hoisted on a chair and ride around the hallways, and Mr. Bennett has to carry them. So.
What if he wins?
Well, it's not going to happen.
Humiliation for the loser.
That's all for sports. Now back to you.
Hey, Mary Catherine.
Hey!
That looks like the sassy girl emoji.
It does. Here's Riley Mulligan and Kylie Tauber with what emojis would look like in real life.
Oh my goodness. Ah.
Can you teach me how to play the piano?
No, but I know someone who can. Here's Marissa Troiani with a musical prodigy.
Alex Cobb was chosen to accompany choir students in solo and ensemble competition.
I have actually just recently been given the opportunity to accompany the McKinney High School Orchestra and McKinney High School Choir this year. I feel honored. I feel like this is a good experience. I'm very blessed to have this opportunity, and I can't wait to have more opportunities like this so that I can keep growing in my passion for music.
Along with participating in the choir, Alex teaches piano lessons outside of school and plays in national piano competitions.
Each of my students has a lesson once per week, and I have Monday lessons, Tuesday lessons, Wednesday lessons, and Thursday lessons. My students, my youngest is 5 years old and my oldest is 16 years old. I charge $10 for 30 minutes and $15 for 45 minutes. I teach my students basic music theory, basic music history, and I teach them how to perform, and I teach them the proper technique in playing piano. Teaching piano definitely helps me with my performance and my skills as well, just because the more I repeat some things to my students, the more I understand it too. So it helps me get used to scales. It's very repetitive. I participate in national guilds, national theory tests, and a few competitions a year. Competitions are just whenever I go up against a bunch of other piano players of my age group, and there's one specific song that everyone plays, and we're judged on our technique, our dynamics, just the musicality of it. National Guild is where I pick out 7 songs of different eras, different music eras, and I do sight reading, memorizing, and then a theory test. I go to the college every year to take my annual theory test, and that just is an opportunity for me to show my progress in understanding music theory. I strongly believe that playing piano helps me in academics, especially in math and reading, because if I can read music, I can process words, like I can process my notes, and there's also a lot of math in music.
This has been Andrew Judd and Marissa Troiani reporting for MHS1.
That's all we have for you today, McKinney High School. Follow us on Twitter at Mainstream News. And remember,
If it's news
and it's at McKinney High School, it's MHS1.